days, there are 31 fouls, and the fighters don't come at each other bare-fisted anymore. They're required to use these gloves with a little bit of padding over the knuckles. You can't kick to the groin anymore, and you can't stomp on your opponent once he's on the ground. The octagon itself is 30 feet across. There's a bit of padding under my feet, and they've put the fence up around it so the fighters don't go rolling out on the floor. Have all the new rules and regulations made the fights less interesting for the fans? Well, apparently not. Look at this night in Anaheim. 14,000 fans in the stands and 700,000 at home who paid $40 a pop to watch on TV. That's $28 million just for pay-per-view, just for this one night. And White does 14 of these a year. We wondered exactly where the fighters come from. Who wants to get in on this? Well, one of the biggest stars is welterweight Matt Hughes. He's legendary for fights like this one. That's Hughes, struggling, choking, done. Until he comes back with this. Moves like that made Hughes a millionaire. He packs them in a testosterone-fueled world of money and sex. But we found him where he grew up, on the family farm in Illinois.
When I leave the sport, I want to be the same person as when I started the sport. And when you get in front of a camera, when you sign autographs, when you get noticed, it's hard to do that.
It'll change you if you let it.
You're exactly right.
Like a lot of the fighters, Hughes has a college degree. He was an all-American wrestler who sees this more like the Olympics than a street brawl.
Take his knee apart!
Yeah, but you know better than I do that that's not why those 17,000 people are in there.
Well, that's true.
They want to see somebody bleed.
They like excitement. There's excitement all over. It doesn't have to be somebody getting hurt to get excitement in the octagon.
In fact, a recent medical study found that MMA fighters are less likely than boxers to suffer brain injury.
There's a lot more options. It's a wrestling match, it's a jiu-jitsu match, it is partially boxing. It's not my only option to stand toe-to-toe with you and beat you in the face.
Pat Miletich teaches all of that in Bettendorf, Iowa. Fighters from all over come to this gym where Miletich has turned out 8 top champions, including Matt Hughes. Hughes showed me some of the finer points when I tried to train with Team Miletich. They wrestle, they grapple.
Why do I think this isn't going my way?
They maul. Then they work endurance relays with a man on their shoulder. Miletich teaches power, top conditioning.
Pull to the side, grab, take him down, yes, nice.
Renzo Gracie is all about counterbalance and cunning. Let me ask you this. When the fight...
Fight is over.
Fight is over. Fight is over, question's over. Renzo teaches the pretzel logic of Gracie's style at this gym in Manhattan, where we noticed there's only one picture hanging. Gracie and a fighter named Kazushi Sakuraba. In this fight in Japan, sponsored by the Pride League, Sakuraba broke Gracie's arm with this hold. Gracie never tapped out. He just let it break. He twists your arm completely inside out.
Yes.
I see the arm, but I don't see it on your face.
To be honest, I really even enjoyed that moment because I had plenty conscience of what was going on and I didn't give up. I saw the ligaments going, I heard one by one going away, and I embraced that as a punishment for the mistake that I had.
But your arm is busted. Fight's over. Why didn't you tap?
Because I really believe I could keep fighting even without the arm.
That's the spirit he brought to bear against Miletich when our story began. The two masters, both pushing 40, sized each other up. It was a clash of styles. Miletich seemed in better shape, and he was the heavy favorite. Gracie, the jiu-jitsu grappler, wanted to fight on the ground. Miletich defended against the takedown. But there's a saying in this sport, there are so many ways to lose.
Pat may be in trouble here.
Gracie climbed the stronger Miletich like a tree, and inch by inch improved his position until he had his arm around Miletich's neck like a boa constrictor. Tighter, tighter, it's over.
Unbelievable! Can you say flying guillotine?
Any sport with a move called a flying guillotine is never going to be for everyone. But the combat style the Gracies brought to America just a few years ago is quickly rising above boxing in popularity, at least among those who see beauty in the martial arts.
People see a lot of times fighting as a, they see fighting as an ugly thing, as a thing that denigrates the human being. In reality, they see fighting on everything.
Everything's fighting.
Everything's fighting. It doesn't matter what it is. You wake up in the morning to get out of bed is a fight, believe it. So fighting is actually the best thing a man can have in his soul.